Come on, kids, it's time to roll. Tell everybody that you know. Watch the Good News Wednesday show. Good News Wednesday's finally here. Let's stand up and give a cheer. Watch the boredom disappear, 'cause Good News Wednesday's here. Hi, everybody. This is Karen Donovan, your host of the Good News Wednesday show, brought to you every Wednesday to put a smile on your face, a little extra fun in your week to get you through the rest of a busy week, and hopefully to give you a few tips and tricks that you can use. Let's get started with our question of the week. Imagine you are in a room with no windows and no doors, and it is filling up quickly with water. What do you do? Think about it. Okay, I hope you've got the answer. Imagine you are in a room that is quickly filling up with water. There are no windows. There are no doors. What do you do? Stop imagining. I have to tell people that all the time. They imagine things that aren't going to really happen. Does that happen to you? Well, that was our question of the week. Hope you got the answer. And now on to a topic that many of us wish that we had the answer to: staying calm. Let's hear about it on Strategies for a Happy Life. So we are not immune from all of the stuff, I wanted to say a different word, but I won't, that goes on in our everyday lives. You know, people get sick. Unfortunately, we lose some of our best friends. Things happen in our lives. Jobs are lost. Accidents occur. So we're not immune from any of it. But how do we stay calm in, well, the midst of a storm, let's say? Have you ever seen or experienced people that just always seem to be so cool and calm, even in the midst of some disaster? I mean, you know, we see it on TV, a horrible disaster, and the medical people go in and they just go right to work. They don't get all nervous and think about it and get upset and have a panic attack. They just calmly proceed doing what they should be doing. Have you ever been maybe at a park or a coffee shop and seen someone just kind of smiling, looking around, enjoying the view, not tapping their foot and madly texting on their phone and maybe getting into a heated conversation with the person next to them, talking about politics? You know, have you ever seen someone like that just basically exudes calmness? So this week I got to thinking about that, and I saw a really cute quiz, and I thought I'd share some of the questions with you, and you can kind of ponder this. And then if you want to take the quiz yourself and see how calm you are or how chilled out you are, you could go to the site and check it out. I'll put it in the comments below. So here are some of the questions. Think about these questions. People have described me as pretty chill, pretty calm. Yes? No? I'm willing to wear my slippers or my PJs in public. Yes. I've seen a few. I'm pretty much never lose my temper. That's a good one. If I spill my food on my shirt, I don't get upset. I'm pretty good at dealing with annoying people. So I think if you're chilled out and calm, you're not going to get into a big heated discussion, nor will you at a restaurant that gives you terrible service. Yes. I don't mind waiting in a long line. Oh dear. So I don't know if you hear yourself in some of these, but it's very interesting. I took the quiz. It did say that I was chill. I mean, not super chill, but chill. So check out the quiz. It's called How Chill Are You? And it's found at BuzzFeed.com. But as I said, I'll put a link in the comments below. All right. So now here's the question. What are some traits of calm people? Because, I don't know about you, but I started thinking about it and I wondered, is calmness, the trait of calmness, something you're born with or something that you can learn? So I was looking at traits of calm people, and here are 3 traits that I thought were very interesting and probably something that we could all work on. I mean, that's what Strategies for a Happy Life is purportedly all about, is working on things. We're all imperfect people and we want to help each other along the way. So first off, let's talk about listening. Now, I had one of my trainers once, one of my coaches, say, one of the first things, Karen, that you need to do when you meet with people is you have to be present. Now, what the heck does that mean anyway? Well, I thought about it and I thought one of the attributes of being present is being a good listener or appearing to be a good listener. So how do we get to be good listeners? Well, the main thing that I have found is eye contact. When you are listening to someone, look at them. Now, sometimes you might feel uncomfortable. I mean, I don't know about you, but I don't like to stare at somebody. But on the other hand, you do want to look in their direction. Maybe you don't have to look in their eyes and stare at them, but maybe just pick one eye. And I read this one technique where you can pick one eye and then look in the other eye and then maybe look down at their mouth. So it's like a triangle, and just keep doing that while they're talking. And as they are talking, you are listening, not talking. God made us with 2 ears and 1 mouth for a reason. So I would say that one of the traits of a calm person, listening to people, making them feel comfortable, and then that feeling comes back to you. I mean, cast your bread on the waters and it'll come back to you, right? Now, the second trait that I noticed about calm people is they're usually kind of relaxed. They're not fidgeting and they're not uptight. I mean, they are friendly, they are enthusiastic, but they're also not so tense that it makes people feel uncomfortable. One of the ways that you can appear to be relaxed is to give off good vibes, happy vibes, right? And how do you have happy vibes? Well, you're relaxed, you're confident, you're also well rested, you've had good nutrition, you've had good sleep, so that you can interact with people in a relaxed way. I mean, think about like a little kid or a baby. When they don't get enough sleep, what happens? They get cranky. And guess what happens to us older people? We get cranky too when we haven't had enough sleep or we haven't had enough proper food. We've been eating junk food. We've been drinking lots of soda and sugar and coffee. All those things contribute to our being or not being calm. And calm people obviously know how to take care of themselves. Okay, now here's for number 3. A calm person is a trustworthy person. They are a person who does not feel that they have to be superior by gossiping, telling people your secrets, getting upset with you and angry with you because of something that you said or did. They're the kind of people that you really feel comfortable around because you know that they have your back. Like if something was wrong with your clothes, they would, or you had uh, I don't really want to say this, but if you had a piece of toilet paper on your shoe or something, they would tell you. They wouldn't just let you walk away. They would tell you. They would tell you if you had spinach in your teeth. They would tell you if your outfit didn't look quite right today. I remember one time I had I had a salesperson and they came into the office and they had on one black shoe and one brown shoe because they got dressed in a dark closet and they couldn't tell the difference. We didn't make fun of them. We did have a chuckle over it though. But anyway, a trustworthy person really is somebody that is worthy of your trust and having confidence in them that they have your better interests at heart and they make you feel that they do. So those are 3 traits of calm people. Now, what do we do if we are not experiencing those traits right now? Something happened. You're upset. Someone yelled at you. Your boss yelled at you. Your spouse yelled at you. Your children are not behaving. Something happened, and you're feeling pretty much the opposite of calm. How do you get your calm back? So I heard this really cool thing about something that's quick, and it is basically something that you can do at any time without a lot of effort. And this is a technique that is actually used by the SEALs, the Navy SEALs, when they're in horrendous, scary situations, like trying to extract someone from a foreign country or whatever they're doing. So what is this? What is this secret technique? It's called box breathing. Now, a box, has 4 corners. So what does box breathing have to do with keeping calm? Here's how it goes. What they do is when they're getting stressed and they're losing their calm, they immediately breathe in through their nose for 4 counts. Box, 1, 2, 3, 4. So Then they hold their breath for 4 counts. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then they blow the air out of their mouth for 4 counts. And then they hold it for 4 counts. And then they breathe in again through their nose. Now, when you breathe in through your nose, I see a lot of people do this, and my singing coach was the first one that pointed it out to me. When you breathe in through your nose, you don't go like this and lift up your chest. You're trying to breathe through your stomach. Your diaphragm is supposed to be going up. That's where your breathing apparatus is. So it's really, and you can't see it, but hopefully my diaphragm just went up like that a little bit. Okay. So that's the box breathing technique that the Navy SEALs use under much pressure and stress. So if it works for them, it's got to work for us. So if feeling calm seems like a place that you used to visit, but you haven't visited it in a long time, try some of the techniques that I mentioned here in this video and see if you can't stay cool, calm, and collected. We are talking about staying calm, and one of the ways we stay calm is by staying cool. So that leads me to our real estate corner topic for tonight, which is about air conditioning. I was the lucky recipient this past week of a new air conditioner, and I did a little study before we went ahead and purchased. And I thought I'd share some interesting information, and I hope you sear what I'm talking about. Corny. SEER, SEER. What does SEER stand for in air conditioning? Does anyone know? It stands for Seasonal Energy Efficiency Ratio. Seasonal Energy Efficiency Ratio. And that is the rate at which the air conditioner uses energy. Now, if you are the lucky owner of a central air conditioner unit, which is primarily what I'm talking about in this episode, the old units, the common old time, like even 4 or 5 years ago, if you got a unit, it had a 10 SEER, SEER unit. But now the minimum that the EPA, the government, I'm not sure who's in charge, but what they allow is a 14 SEER or above. It has to be a 14 SEER or above. So now you go, okay, if I have to buy or invest in a new air conditioning unit, what does the difference mean to me in cost? So I'm going to tell you. Now, it starts out with 14 SEER, which is the lowest recommended or allowable of the new rules and regulations. And in the 14 SEER, it actually is about 30% more efficient than your old system right off the bat. So 30% more efficient than a 10 SEER. And in energy costs, what they did was they broke it down to a 2-ton unit, which is probably minimal for a smaller house. But the energy used for a year was approximately cost about $504 a year. So $504 a year for the newer unit, and then the old units used to run more like $706 a year. Right off the bat, it's about a $200 difference. Now, what about a 15 SEER? A 15 SEER runs about $470 a year versus the 14, which is $504. So a little bit, $34. And then the 16 is SEER is $441. The 17 SEER is $415. 18 $392, and so on and so on. 20 SEER $336 a year. Wow, that went down a lot. However, there's a little catch. Of course there is, because there's always a catch when we're buying things. The cost of the unit, one versus the other. And so I just did a rough calculation, and basically it looks like it would take, to go from the 14 SEER to the 16 SEER, it would take about 7 to 10 years to make up the savings in energy savings due to the cost of the unit. So now, what does that mean for you? Well, that means that if you're not planning on staying in your house for, 10 years or more, I might go with a more economical unit and just, it's still great and it's still saving a lot of money. It's still way better than your other unit, and ours is quite a bit cooler. It's amazing, the difference. And I can't wait to see my electric bill. I hope. Anyway, I'll let you know about that. But now if you're going to be staying in your house, like, you figure another 15 years or so, then it might pay to get the more expensive unit. However, one other little caveat: an central air conditioning unit, generally the life expectancy is about 11 to 12 to 13 years. 10, 11, 12, 13 years, depending on how you take care of it. If you don't service your air conditioning unit and get it, maintenance every year and cleaned and clean the filters and blah, 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 your unit is not going to last long enough to make that money back. So if you are not careful about that, you might as well just get the lower SEER unit right off the bat and call it a day. But if you're really a maintenance freak, etc., why, then you might want to consider, and there are some other bells and whistles too. But I thought I'd share that with you. And in any event, the new Freon is not the same as the old, so you have to get the new one of those new ones anyway. You can't get the old one anymore unless there's an old one lying around somewhere. But if you're talking about resale value, I wouldn't do that. I would just go for the bigger unit. And one other thing that I learned this week from one of my clients: if you get a new air conditioning unit, ask about the 10-year warranty and if it is transferable to the new owner, because this way you can do that, and that's a nice selling feature. And unfortunately, one of my owners found out that she had a 10-year warranty, but when she went to go get the paperwork to transfer it, they told her it had been too long because she owned it for 3 years and they wouldn't honor it to the new people. So that kind of stunk, but what are you going to do? Anyway, learn from my lessons, my clients' lessons. I hope this was helpful, and I hope that this helps you stay cool and calm the rest of the summer. Well, we always ask a trivia question in our Monday morning wake up newsletter. If you do not get your copy every Monday in your inbox, why, just shoot me an email to Karen@homesbydonovan.com, and I'll be happy to send you a complimentary copy with no strings attached. There's some pretty good tips in there and a great way to start out your week. So this week, our trivia question was about professions that do not have very much stress, since we were talking about staying calm. And we all know, some of us more than others, that some jobs just have a way of being the opposite of calming. They are stressful and upsetting. So which job profession offers us the path to the most calm and least stress? Is it A, the medical field, B, real estate field, C, the actuarial field, or D, the financial analyst field? Drum roll, please. And the answer is C, the actuarial field. Do you know what an actuary does? An actuary works with possibilities and numbers and percentages to determine what the likelihood is that something might happen and what could happen and if it could happen and what percentage it could happen. And I'm about ready to go to sleep. So if you guessed C as the answer, then you are certainly very intelligent, and hopefully you don't stress out about it if you didn't guess the right answer. Well, I hope you enjoyed our show this week. I hope that you stay cool, calm, and collected. You take care of yourself. You take care of those you love. And remember, make it a great rest of the week. Bye-bye.
It's the Good News Wednesday show. Come on, kids, it's time to roll. Tell everybody that you know. Watch the Good News Wednesday show. Good News Wednesday's finally here. Let's stand up